You are all very welcome to Zambia, and you're all very welcome to this workshop. And so your office or your offices is really the major body that seeks to keep the wheels of the society's mission running, because you do the groundwork in terms of getting the funds and the resources that we need for our mission to continue going.
This meeting is one of the meetings of JSAM support structures. You know that we have many JSAM meetings, but this one is really important because this is what helps Jesuits and their collaborators, as Emmanuel said, to do the work of Jesus Christ.
We are going to take at least 10 minutes for each province to give us an update for what they have been doing since May last year, based on the action plans that they came up with.
So far, we've done an update of all ZAM project status report and project template.
The first one was a visit from the JEDOAM development officer in charge of communication.
The visits helped us to share to our conference about what we have learned in Abidjan.
The first one was to get funds for setting up the development office. We managed to secure funds for the development office for 2 years.
Another thing we had said, we are trying to develop or facilitate at least 2 strategic plans for secondary schools.
To build up from what we did last year on resource mobilization, we would like to look at project management as a component in one of our activities. The point of view of the practice which we do, the challenges that come out of it, and how we can improve mechanisms for dealing with those challenges in project management. And so we want to look at factors that lead to project failure.
Shall I tell the donors that I made a mistake somewhere, or we made a mistake?
Yes.
So how do we handle such kind of issues?
Mm-hmm. And acknowledging your mistake before the donor asks you, from my experience, builds a good relationship between you and the donor. For example, you keep on holding or you are hiding, then it comes to the donor, and then he asks you and says, we've had ABCDs going on. And then you write and say, yes, we were preparing to inform you. That will affect your next funding. So that then leads us to the topic of today. What then are the mechanisms that congregations that can put in place to ensure organizational sustainability, financial sustainability, and reduction in dependency? I hope some of that background is able to help you now to think about this seriously as we move towards sustainability. So the question is, whose responsibility is it to monitor and evaluate the project and why? And the second question is, whose responsibility is it to submit reports to the donor and why?
The goal that we hope for the next meeting is that we see the progression of each office in a very tangible way, that the goals are being reached.
As a lay person working for the Jesuits, I learned a lot of insights into the workings of the Jesuits as an association. And from here, there are so many things we are going to implement at our own development office.
Secondly, the topic of resource mobilization, building that strategy, that was very useful for us as it is a challenge for our province, and the information and resources we received from that will be very useful for us moving forward.
The second topic is about what makes a project fail. So the inputs from that really helps me to find out the reason of the failure of making a project.
I think the whole purpose of getting together like this is that we get the best practice for development officers in Africa and Madagascar.